Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us per usual.
Thanks for having me.
Which car are we in?
G-Wagon, man.
Okay, good. All right.
Is this a? I know it's not wintertime out there, Amari, but is the G-Wagon kind of your wintertime car? I mean, I know it's nice and beautiful out there, but do you kind of drive your cars how the seasons go?
Nah, the G-Wagon is my everyday car.
Oh,
my everyday car.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. Mine's a CRV, very similar.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are on a nice little winning streak, but we were looking at yesterday the amount of targets for Amari Cooper the last handful of games, and they're not big numbers. What all is going into that, and does it bother you at all when you guys are winning but the offense isn't being explosive or you're not getting the ball? Does that bother you at all?
I gotta be honest, it actually does. Because, yeah, we're winning, but the defense is playing a huge part in that. We're not really as explosive as we should be. We're not converting a lot of their turnovers to touchdowns. A lot of them are field goals, and I feel like I could be a huge part of that, so that's what frustrates me. And, yeah, that's what it is. I think, I can do more in the red zone. If I get the targets, I think I could do more on third downs if I get the targets, so that to help the offense be where we need to be. I definitely think I can help change that for sure.
Amari, you're such a pro, though. Is that a conversation that you just kind of walk up at practice and kind of talk to Kellen Moore a little bit? You say, hey, or you just see the game plan, okay, this week I got a shot because 2 weeks ago we played these guys. I know who's going to cover me this week again. Is it something you say to the OC, or is it just something you kind of say, hey, I'm just going to go out here and practice and do what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, we communicate with each other, me, Kellen, Dak, we talk about what we like and what we don't like. It's just a matter of it being put into the actual game plan or being called in the actual game. Typically, we never run any play in the game that we don't practice that week, so you would know throughout the course of the week how much you're going to get targeted for real. But, I mean, it's all a part of the game plan, and, the offensive coordinator, he sees a bigger picture than you as just a receiver because you're only looking at it from that perspective as a receiver as opposed to looking at the whole offense and the whole strategy like that. So, I mean, it's not so black and white, but, I do think that, in those situations, those important situations, like I said before, third down, red zone, I do think I could play a huge part in it and making us more explosive.
Well, you mentioned the defense and a lot of the turnovers they're causing and how well they're playing. Who should be the defensive player of the year?
I don't know, man. We got Trey. He got 10 picks.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't happened in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We got Micah. We got Micah, who's having a phenomenal season as a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
And really, we have those are two candidates, obviously, but we got some other guys on the defense. Had they not, been hurt and stuff like that, I think, and they would have been candidates too, like Randy for sure, without a doubt. So they're doing their jobs for sure. They're making plays all over the field. I'm happy to be a part of it.
So was that a vote for Trayvon or Micah?
I can't pick between the two.
Amari, you mentioned that about, and you seem like to me that you're saying, hey man, the defense is carrying us right now, and you want to be a more of a part of what's going on with the offensive side of the ball. Is that something that, again, I know so much pride that you have and the professionalism you have, is that something that the offense, you guys have kind of talked among yourselves a little bit about though? Like, hey man, our defense is doing a great job. We got to go out there and hold up our end now. Is it something that you, among offensive players, you kind of talk about that, how well they're playing?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it goes without saying, really, but that's part of the reason Dak made that bet with D-Law. About how many turnovers they get versus how many touchdowns we get, just because we understand how dominant they've been, and we want to match that energy. Because when we both come out and play like that, we're going to be unstoppable. You know what I mean? And that's my biggest goal for us, because I know what it can lead to. And that's why it does frustrate me a little bit. That we are winning, but we haven't been playing to our potential lately as an offense. And that's very frustrating.
How close or far away do you feel like that is? Like, do you guys feel like you're making progress week to week? It felt like you guys ran the ball better last week, but do you feel like you are creeping towards being the offense you want to be, or that it is still kind of elusive?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're a great offense, like, without a doubt. We understand that, and our goals are very high. Even when we don't have a good day offensively, you know, we're all the games that I've been a part of, we're moving the ball well. It's just 3 against great teams is not a guaranteed victory. You know, you get 3 versus a great team, they go down and score, and you get the ball back and go get 3 again, and they go down and score again. That's 14-6. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
that ain't gonna necessarily cut it. So, and that's what we're looking at, and so that's why scoring touchdowns is so important.
Amari, do you feel like is it a simple fix, or is it just like, is it more explosive plays, or you've mentioned the red zone a bunch, and that seems to be where you guys kind of bog down a little bit. Is it more just about that, or is it more about just, you know, driving the football and finishing off these drives the way you need to do them?
Yeah, I mean, like I said last week in another interview, it's one of 2 things we have to do. We have to execute better when we're actually in the red area, because it's harder to score down there. It's harder to move the ball down there in general. That's why I say we've been moving the ball well, but when we get down there, it's harder for any offense to move the ball. So either we have to tune in on the details when we're down there so that we can punch it in, or we have to have more explosive plays outside of the red area so that we won't even have to worry about the red area often, because we'll be scoring on 30-plus yard plays or 25-plus yard plays. So either one of the 2.
Amari, okay, I really appreciate that. Let me ask you this. I mean, because we're all talking about teams playing that shell or that cover 2 against you. Are there cover 2 beaters that you guys have? Is it something you talk about, or am I just totally off base about how much cover 2 you guys have seen? Is it something completely different, or am I going down the right path with the cover 2 issues?
Yeah. So when you see that 2-high shell, first thing you think with the offense that we have is to run the ball, because they have one less guy in the box.
Right.
And that's what I mean. That's what we've been doing. But you ain't gonna always run the ball and get a 60-yard touchdown. And so we'll move the ball by running it. And then when we get in the red area, which we'll inevitably get in if we're just running the ball and not having, 40-yard runs for touchdowns, we'll inevitably get in the red zone. And then it's like, what do you do now? Because it's harder to score down there. That's what I mean. So either, and there's a lot of explosive pass plays you can have with 2-high safeties, with double moves off of the safety and stuff, but we haven't been running them.
Oh, a theory on why not?
Just because like I said, we've been moving the ball well against all the 2-high teams that we've been playing, running the ball. So it's like, that's efficiency right there. So you don't really change something that's not broke.
So yeah,
you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So you're saying it's part of the game plan, but something else is having success. So Kellen doesn't get to it on his play sheet. Is that the right way of thinking about it?
No, I'm saying we've been running the ball well against
right.
2-high safeties. It's just when we get to the red area,
okay,
running the ball or passing the ball, it's harder. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right, there it is. It's Amari Cooper with us, as he is every week. Amari, we appreciate the time. We hope you enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be pulling for you this weekend.
All right, thanks.